Greetings everybody, John Tsar here with a combat breakdown for the new Assassin's Creed Origins. And it's releasing on Friday, and I wanted to make this video specifically talking about combat because it's been completely reworked and, in my opinion, taken some heavy inspiration from Dark Souls. And I think personally that it's a huge step forward for the series. It's much less about, just throwing a smoke bomb and then assassinating every single person at will without much of a challenge, in much more nuanced combat and much heavier on the RPG elements in numbers and damage and crit and those kind of elements than any of the previous Assassin's Creed games. So the basics: you have a fast attack, you have a heavy attack. You can charge your heavy attack and kind of release it at will. And that does kind of like a shield break stun move. You also have a shield now when, I guess I can't look at my character if I'm not locked onto an enemy. Maybe I can lock onto that guy. Well, anyway, you can see the shield, like holding it up there. And there's also a parry if you're holding L1 to block. And you time that correctly, you can kind of stun enemies and leave them open for a good riposte attack. There's a dodge. I mean, all of this is, it's like I'm explaining the controls of Dark Souls, right? And after the third dodge in a row, you do a little bit of a roll to kind of slow you down, so you can't just dodge repeatedly over and over and over again. There's also an attack and push move with the fast attack. Oh, so heavy and fast attacks are R1 and R2, just like Dark Souls would be. Who's calling my phone right when I start a video like this? And also, it's much easier to aim with the bow and arrow in this than in Dark Souls. I love Dark Souls so much. Everything I do is just basically, is it better or worse than Dark Souls? And I thought this was kind of interesting. So when you're aiming at the body of this enemy here, you can see how much health it's going to do by the red section on his health bar. And then if you aim at the head, that's obviously a crit. Let's kill him right there. And the big yellow 844 there means that that was a crit shot on that guy. Okay, and then aiming at other enemies, we can actually mark them on the map, or mark them on the HUD so that they're easier to kind of follow around. And similarly to some other Assassin's Creed games and like Far Cry's and stuff like that, scouting and marking all your enemies is makes taking out an entire base much easier. So this is kind of like a side quest where a very minor one, actually, I should say, where the objective is to kill the two guys and then get the well, there's one special loot right there. There's a ton of loot around the game, but to complete this Kabotos arsenal, you have to find both loot treasures, or both treasure boxes in here. So, yeah, so it's just much more nuanced and complicated, I would say, than previous Assassin's Creed games. And let's go to the gear, because I want to show like really how stat driven this game is. So right now my hidden blade only does 1300 damage. You can upgrade the hidden blade after getting more crafting materials to go up to 1500. I'm only on level 1 hidden blade right now. And same thing with like melee damage, or the stabilizer glove here. Upgrading this increases how much range damage you do with the bow and arrow. There are things like fire bombs and sleep darts and that kind of stuff to the tools that you're probably used to from previous Assassin's Creed games. And a huge skill tree with a bunch of skills that I haven't even unlocked yet, like this overpower combo and chain assassinations and all this kind of stuff. But the core abilities, like the charged heavy attack and the air attack and the parry and the attack and push, you can get those very early in the game. So you're not unlocking these new skills way late in the game. And also, so right now, I am level 14, and when you run into enemies that are significantly higher than your level, so like these guys right now are just level 8 and 9, I can kill them pretty easily with like one shot to the head. But even like this like tank guy right there with my not fully optimized ranged build right now, like a shot to the head will not kill him. And then I'm gonna guess that even like this boss right here, this level 11 crown guy, I bet I'll be able to kill him fully with, oh, he's indoors, isn't he? Maybe I can get to a spot where I can kill him. I'm gonna show off more combat in just a second here. Let's drop down. Oh shit, I got spotted. Well, okay, so let's show some combat, actual fighting right now, so you can lock onto him. Oh my gosh, and even like level 11 guy, they can do a ton of damage to you very quickly. I'm gonna try to parry him now, which opens him up for a quick crit and a little bit more damage. Dodging is extremely helpful in this, just to get, especially against enemies that have shields, you can kind of dodge behind them and attack them in the back. Like they're very positionally aware, meaning like, you know, enemies, it's like Dark Souls where if you attack a guy like right at their shield, they're going to just block it. Oh god, please get around him and just kill this guy. Like killing a commander or a captain or something like that, when you kill them, even if I die in desync right here, they will remain dead, but the other ads that are kind of around him will respawn. When you're locked on, you can quickly switch between different enemies and you know, target the weakest one, the guy without the shield. Just take him out really quick. Also, when you build your adrenaline meter, you get this overcharge thing, and every oh shit, they're calling in reinforcements. Which lets you just attack super fast, or like every weapon actually has a different overcharge ability. And now I'm going to show off some, conveniently died, I'm going to respawn outside and show off how different all the different weapon classes actually work. Okay, so now I'm back in the base. I want to show off some of the different weapons that we have. You can equip 2 weapons at a time, and easily, well, after you unlock the ability to equip 2 weapons, so let's assassinate this guy right here really quick. Most of the underlings, especially when they're lower than your level, you can just quickly assassinate in one shot. I wonder if that guy is in range. No. But like the bosses and stuff I was trying to show before, like you can't just instantly assassinate every person, especially if they're higher in level than you. If they're significantly higher in level than you, they won't even have their level number. It'll just have a red skull, and they'll be so much stronger than you that you can't even really attempt to kill them. So can I get over to this boss without getting spotted? I believe so. Let's find out. Ah, he's just gonna walk away and make my life inconvenient, isn't he? Okay, so anyway, let's show off some of the different weapons. So in that previous combat, I was using this like sickle sword, which is very fast. I like having one fast weapon equipped and one slow heavy weapon equipped, and I got this mace now. And the attack patterns for all the different weapon classes are different, but the basic combat is the same. It's still like a fast and a heavy attack. Let's look at some of the other classes. Whoops. Gear. Let's swap out. Let's go to a dual sword. These are one of my favorites, the dual swords, because they're just insanely fast. It's like a poke, poke, poke thing. And even with these two-handed weapons, you can still equip or hold a shield. Now let's also check out. Let's look out a spear. These are some of my favorites. So the double blades, which is really quick hack and slash, like infinite attack with the light attack. With the heavy attack, it's more of a lunging thing. With the spear, you can hold your shield and then swing. or do like a long lunge and really get them from far away, which is really nice. And similar to Dark Souls, when you're using the spear, you can hold the spear, or I'm sorry, hold the shield up and then hit the heavy attack and never drop your guard to attack people. And I also want to show off, there's one other class. Oh yeah, the Unarmed. You can just use your fists. And I'm curious to see if there's going to be some sort of like brass knuckle upgrade or something like that for later on in the game if you're really looking for a challenge. There are, so I showed the sickle sword. Let's do the regular sword as well. That's a pretty good weapon. Very well-rounded, fast, and easy with the shield as well. So now let's do some more some real combat instead of just fighting ghosts, and kill the rest of the guys in this arsenal here. I'm gonna be as stealth as I possibly can. And let's see here. I'd really like to see if I can show that not all enemies can be fully assassinated with the amount of damage that you do unless you're fully upgraded. Let's kill him. So I'm using a bow and arrow right now that is designed, whoa shit, for exceptional range. Okay, let's just combat this guy to death. Combat this guy to death? Okay, so when you're locked on, as you can see, I'm not using a shield, but you do kind of block when you're using a two-handed weapon. I'm using my forearm to block there, but it's just not as effective of a shield. And some shields, in fact, the shield that I have, let's switch to my other weapon, this has a perk on it where it poisons the enemies when I block their attack. So I parried him there, poisoned him a little bit, and let's just chop him down. Fortunately, they did not target anybody else. Alright. And now we're getting this guy. Oh, that does do full damage. You can see his whole health bar is gonna disappear when I assassinate him. But especially when you're attacking enemies that are above your level, not always the case. And so I have now killed the two main guys in here. Let's just kill the rest of the guys. Just because it's fun killing everybody. And he's startled, and now that's everybody dead. Hooray! Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. Hope this video taught you a little bit about the new complexity of the combat in Assassin's Creed Origins. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more Assassin's Creed Origin videos, tips and tricks and that kind of stuff that'll be coming out in next week or so. I'm really enjoying the hell out of this game, and I'm looking forward to making some more content for it. Thanks for watching, and game on.